In this one, we are gonna be summarizing a bit of Ghost and Shadow storyline in this IO vs 7 and Doomsday device possibilities. Let's get started. As you remember in last video, I mentioned complete possibility with past of Ghost, but talking about present, Shadow seemed to be somehow secretly helping IO in war, and Chaos agents seen at the IO bridge in past tells a lot. However, that's a short evidence. And as I also mentioned in the last one about how Midas' intentions for launching device plan weren't evil to us but to the 0-point loop created by the IO's exploit. So the Midas is probably way smarter than we think, connecting past to the present now the same way the Ghost is helping the 7 in at least some possible way in the war. Keep watching because there's the interesting part you may not know yet is coming related to the live event. Before going further, I'm gonna quick mention some theories given by you guys. So in this first one here, Hazo says that Midas is founder of Shadow and technically a double agent. So he asks here that why would Midas do something the Ghost would do? And then he says we already have a lot evidence that the Ghost or at least EGO was sent by IO. And lastly, we have only one evidence of Shadow being with IO. Well, Hazo is right here that the Ghost has been always more seen with Imagine Order, even here in the Ghost Agency painting seen at the IO bridge in past. If you may not know, Midas himself is the co-founder of Shadow with clearly Jules as his daughter in the Shadow. But it seems like later Midas changed his mind due to some reasons and became the leader of the Ghost. That's why Midas was at the Ghost Agency and made the ultimate device plan down below the Ghost Agency. Connecting stuff, Midas was in fact helping loopers by possibly breaking the loop and let them escape, and finally connecting stuff now in present. Same way now in present time, the Ghost is helping the 7 and us loopers some way in this war. Here's the last thing to mention real quick before talking about live event. This theory is by Ryan F7 that Brutus is working with the Imagine Order and Gunnar could be a snapshot of Brutus. Well, here I have confirmed myself and with one of my sources by checking in the files that the Brutus car we saw was not intended and Epic forgot to bound the texture they added to that car, and that's why as default it's appearing to be Brutus. I'm not saying theory by Ryan F7 is completely wrong about when he said Gunnar snapshot, but I feel like that's less likely. Just remember, last time when we saw Midas and Brutus was in Chapter 2 Season 7. However, I do feel like we will soon see appearance of some Shadow and Ghost agents at some soon point. And also, I feel Midas could give some big helping hand to the 7 and us, ending the whole loop in future if he and Ghost are really helping. Now, time to mention about live event. So, what's the evidence the Doomsday device Imagine Order is preparing is going to be at the Dispatch Depot landmark near Loot Lake. In upcoming Agent Jones questline, for Doomsday Machine, he tells us to place recon cameras which clearly seem to be pointing at Dispatch Depot. That means that's the possible place where the IO are preparing for their device plan. Yep, that was all. To anyone still thinking Ghost is definitely not on our side, then I want to ask you, why is the Sky spying Imagine Order at the command cabin? So let me know what are your thoughts after this. I will see you in the next one with some last reality stuff. Yep.